As a targeted individual, at some point in time, after you've walked away or removed yourself from the grips of narcissistic gang stalkers, there's going to be a conversation that must be had. This conversation is going to come from well-meaning people in your life who has your best interests at heart. And so what is this conversation? What is this conversation that cannot be avoided? Well, it's the conversation regarding forgiveness. It's the conversation regarding forgiveness. Whether it's a family member that, brings up this conversation, a clergy, a counselor, a best friend, the conversation needs to be had. And so the conversation will go something like this. They will talk to you about the importance of forgiveness and how holding on to unforgiveness has more of a detrimental and negative impact on your life than it does the lives of your perpetrators. How holding on to unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to drop. Also, how that holding on to unforgiveness keeps you chained to your perpetrators. While they go on living their life, you're chained forever to them, which in the end is like giving them complete control over your life. Also, the third part that will most likely come up in this conversation is how holding on to unforgiveness is a breeding place for the root of anger and resentment and bitterness to grow up. And when it grows up, that it is able to defile many. But I can guarantee you that in all of these conversations regarding forgiving your perpetrators, that there's not a whole lot of talk about the need to forgive yourself. You see, after you've transitioned from the grips of, or you've put narcissistic gang stalkers and your bullies behind you, and you decide to take the path towards healing, a lot of times there's not conversations about the need to forgive yourself as a part of the healing process. And so on tonight's video, we're going to talk about 12 things that you need to forgive yourself for after putting your relationships with narcissistic gang stalkers or having your life touched by bullies. These are 12 things that you truly need to process in order to start your healing journey. And I really think that forgiving yourself can be just as difficult or more difficult than forgiving your perpetrators. Because forgiving ourselves, we have a tendency to be hard on ourselves. We have a tendency to beat ourselves up for not protecting ourselves more. We have a tendency to tell ourselves that we should have known better. But on tonight, I want you to really consider giving yourself the same comfort and the same support and the same leniency that you would give your best friend if they had just had their lives impacted by narcissistic gang stalkers. So, here we go. 12 things that you need to forgive yourself for. Number 1, for refusing to see or being able to see all the red flags and all the signs that were before you. Number 2, for making long-term decisions about who to have in your life, who to connect with, without consulting God, without asking, was this person sent by God or was this person sent by the enemy? Number 3, forgive yourself for betraying your own thoughts, feelings, emotions, and ignoring or silencing your intuition. Number 4, forgive yourself for sacrificing yourself at the expense of others. Number 5, forgive yourself for settling over the temporary instead of the long-term pain of loneliness. Number 6, forgive yourself for making people an idol in your life. Number 7, forgive yourself for ignoring the warnings and the wisdom, the sound wisdom of others who try to warn you. Number 8, forgive yourself for the hurt and pain that you not only caused yourself, but others in your life. Number 9, forgive yourself for not setting stronger boundaries. You just didn't know. You were never taught how to set strong boundaries. Number 10, forgive yourself for being too nice to people who didn't deserve an ounce of your kindness. Number 11, forgive yourself by releasing all the guilt. Release the guilt. It's not worth holding on to. And last but not least, forgive yourself for filling the voids in your life and in your heart with people instead of God. And I guess I can add to number 12, forgive yourself for desiring to please people, to please men instead of God. Blessings and peace. Forgive yourself, my friends. You deserve it.